Peace, peace, and flowing with the way of the harmony. So I just wanted to talk about something real quick since I've been, just seeing it. I'm not the type of person that's super sociable to the degree of, you know, talking about what's in the media, what's going on with this, what's going on with him, her, them, all that stuff. But for whatever reason, on these feeds, if you do follow my Instagram, uh, I was recently going to do some posts, and then I saw that a lot of people were talking about repressed energy, sexual tension. So I guess whatever is going on with the energies right now at this time, uh, there's a lot of sexual repression. And just speaking about this real quick, if you are in a relationship where you are not feeling uh, the equal exchange of energies, because sex is a sacred energy exchange. It's a sacred ritual. It's a sacred thing. So, by all means, if the energies are not right, if the energies are not equal between the two people, then by all means, just get out of it. Like if you're getting used and abused in a relationship, whether you male or female, just get out of the relationship. It's as simple as that. You ain't got to keep talking about it. You ain't got to keep posting things up. At the same time, too, it is a good thing to expose uh, the liars, expose the things that are not truthful. By all means, flow in your truth and speak your truth with confidence. But at the same time, too, don't over project to where it's adding on to something that's non-beneficial, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Also, just thinking about it astrology-wise, Pluto is actually in Capricorn at this time. So you might want to figure out where your Capricorn is, what house it's in. And also, if it's not in Capricorn, then find out where your Pluto is at, what sign and what house. You know what I mean? Because right now there's a lot of transformation. So that, and Pluto is one of the co-rulers of Scorpio. You might also want to check out where your Mars is at, because Mars is also a co-ruler of Scorpio. That's the feminine side of Mars, Scorpio. You know what I mean? And the masculine side of Mars would be Aries. So you might definitely want to look into that. Definitely know yourself, know your chart. It's not the whole you, you know what I mean? But it's a snapshot of the energies that you give and receive. What you came here with, what you created here. Just like this bodysuit, right? So there's a lot of transformation going on at this time. If it is a transformation, you want to make sure that it's a transformation to a positive aspect. If it does seem like it's negative or non-beneficial at first glance, my bad. At first glance, you might want to wait and see how the energies play out. Just have that optimistic mind. Do the things that make you feel good. Do the things that help you keep in tune with your natural essence, your natural energy, your infinite being within. You know what I mean? And don't get too distracted by any little problem, any little imbalance, or anything that's going on in the media or even socially within your friend group. Yes, it's important to have empathy, give support, compassion. But in my experience, being a compassionate person, when you overextend yourself for somebody else, it can really mess with your energies. You know what I mean? That's what we got to learn as, introverted extroverts or empaths, whatever you want to call it. You really got to have that balance spot, that balance place. For everybody, it's hard to say. Everybody's a little bit different. But by all means, flow in your harmony. So that's basically all I have to say. I might do a little bit more on this, but yeah, just know that it's a transformative time. It's a time to definitely speak your truth, expose somebody that's not expose somebody that's lying, I guess you could say, but at the same time, don't do it maliciously. Basically, if you have the comfortability of calling somebody out on something that's not truthful, by all means do it, but don't overextend yourself. You know what I mean? Because you might accidentally transform yourself non-beneficially. Just let the energies play out, flow in your natural essence, take your inspired action, because this is the time to take that action if you are feeling inspired to do so. You know what I mean? And that's basically it. And I actually just recently found out, just to talk about it real quick, I am gonna start doing some more new moon, full moon videos. I haven't really been doing videos because I haven't really been feeling it. I'm doing other projects, little things along the way, and basically, like I said in the past, we got big plans like an architect. But sometimes when you have big plans, you drift out a little bit too much. So I got to pull it back in, and I'm going to be doing these videos. And I wanted to speak on real quick about how this next full moon is going to be dealing a lot with Libra energies. And my perspective on Libra is that it's the only sign within the zodiac that is an inanimate object. You know what I mean? So the way you treat a Libra, the way a Libra treats you, definitely displays that energy. So if a Libra feels like you're treating them like a object that is not worthy, then they feel unworthy and they get unbalanced, and vice versa with that person to you, because Libra is a dependable sign to a certain degree. It's independent in its own way, uniquely, but it's also dependent. It's a dependent sign, and it's a communicative sign. All air signs are going to talk a lot in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, some air signs are a little bit more quiet, but they're always thinking, always communicating about something, whether it's verbally. Hey, we don't know all the time, right? But everybody's a little bit unique on how they're going to communicate, or when they're going to communicate, when they truly feel to be. You know what I mean? So make sure, and everybody has Libra energy within them, some a little bit more. So if you do have a sun, moon, or ascendant in Libra, then you definitely want to, pay a little bit more attention to these energies. You know what I mean? Also, if you have Libra, maybe it's not a sun, moon, or ascendant, but you have a couple planets there, or a stellium in your chart or something like that, you definitely want to pay attention to it. Even if you don't have a lot of Libra energy within your chart, we all have it some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? We have every single zodiac within us. Just certain ones resonate with us a little bit more. Certain ones we give off a little bit more. Certain ones we receive from a little bit more. You know what I mean? So definitely pay attention close to that. I'm going to speak about that a little bit more when I do decide to do that video. You know what I mean? But basically, that's all I got to say. Also, actually just catching a vibe right now, making the correlation between the two. Since there is a lot of this sexual repression, Libra is the sign of relationships. It is ruled by Venus. You know what I mean? The love, abundance, gratitude and appreciation, the harmony. You know what I mean? So if there is a relationship that's maybe being transmuted or falling apart, or even you're the type of person that's realizing what you realize, the importance of relationships and having the harmony, the equal exchange of energies, how sex is a sacred energy exchange, how it is a sacred ritual, then that might be showing you that during this new full moon, you're going to have a new realization, a new opportunity, a new form of abundance come into your life, whether it's a person, place, or thing. You know what I mean? Also, with that being said, my bad, a little fuzzy in the way. Damn, what was I gonna bring up? Something about, the correlation between the two. So with all this, I can't really speak on it because I don't necessarily know what's going on within the media or whatever. The media always lies. They'll give you 1% and try to block the other percent. But at the same time, too, there is a little bit of truth. If you can peep game and peep the truth, then that's a very beneficial thing. But don't get consumed or confused into something that's not yours to begin with. You know what I mean? If it helps you realize something, if it helps you learn something, if it helps you in a certain way, by all means, just learn from it and move on. Keep it moving. That also being said, Libra is a sign of relationships. So if you are, for whatever reason, studying a lot into relationships, or you're seeing, or even studying like sexual energy and self-love, because that Libra also deals with self-love in a lot of ways too. That's the Venus energy, self-love. And self-love doesn't necessarily mean being, what's the word? Like selfish or like too self-indulged. That's not what self-love is. Self-love is being able to love yourself, all your perfections and imperfections, and also being able to give that energy out, that appreciation out. Be able to be truly happy and grateful for others. self-indulgence is like a narcissistic tendency where it's only about you, it's only about that, it's only about how it relates to you, or like you only love yourself, So don't get into that narcissistic tendency. I guess that's kind of like a flip to the coin too. You could look at it from many different angles. You know what I mean? So definitely be careful and aware of that. Keep game where you need to be, where it needs to be, and where you need to see through the illusions. That might be something also tying into whatever's going on with everybody's all got their feathers ruffled for whatever reason. Some narcissistic shit. So definitely, pay attention to who's a narcissist in your life. Somebody might be coming up within your life, or maybe you don't have those people within your life. That's a beneficial thing, but just definitely weigh your relationships, but don't be too analytical about it. You know what I mean? Just communicate truthfully, freely, be your authentic self, and everything will naturally flow. That's basically all I got to say. Mainly, this is just kind of like an inspired video. We're just catching a vibe. But yeah, I'll definitely have more to go off. So I take some notes. Get more into, full moon energies, as well as I got a couple other energies, or a couple other videos that I want to do too. Also, that being said, since I did mention what's it called? Pluto and Capricorn, I've been catching a strong vibe that it would be a beneficial thing for everybody, whether you Capricorn or not, or whatever, to be actually working with some Kambaba Jasper, which is a very beneficial crystal for soothing and balancing the mind. So if you are having a troubled mind, you're worrying too much about a person, place, or thing, you're worrying too much about something that's just causing a non-beneficial cycle, you might want to work with some Kambaba Jasper, as it is a crystal that deals with the heart, the mind, as well as grounding your energies to be in harmony and in the right place of being, you know what I mean? Excuse me. But yeah, that's basically all I got to say. Peace, peace. Flowing with the way of the harmony. Living and living life from water.